Our latest project took us to Orange County, which was perfect because that's where Studio McGee got its start and where our shop is. So we're going to take you through our OC Ranch remodel. Last time we shared the exterior, the entry, the sitting and dining rooms, and now we're moving on to the living and kitchen.
Our client's home is in a beautiful location and she loved where she's at. She has family close by and she's been there for so long and was able to raise her family there. So she just really needed to change the home to work for her.
When you first walk into the home, you step into the entry and you immediately see the living room. It needed to invite people to come in, but this is also where they just hang out. So we have very comfortable upholstery. That was important to our clients. So you see everything is very cozy and soft.
Our client wanted to make sure that this space could stand up against the messes that her grandkids could leave behind. Typically, you don't think of doing lighter fabrics in spaces like this, but we were able to find fabric that was durable and could be easily cleaned.
Our client wanted a coastal look, and we wanted to give them that without doing the strict blue and white color palette. So we incorporated some soft greens, and there's a hint of kind of this mauve tone in the artwork. And I think that just those little hints help break up the color palette enough that it feels interesting and a little bit more eclectic, but you still see that it is a coastal home. We have the stripes on the chairs and even this tan and cream combination on the rug. We used one of my very favorite lamps in this project. It's this forged iron tripod base, and that's grounding the corner. And then you can see in almost every single project that we do, I love a little hint of black, and we have that in the lamp, and that ties in with the drapery hardware, and then that really carries through into almost every space in the home.
So the fireplace before was just a solid chunk of stone in the middle of their home.
I like a stone fireplace when it's done in the right setting and with the right stone, but it didn't feel like it was a good fit for the style that we were going for. So we stripped the stone and created a fireplace design that was more seamless with the style that we were going for. And our client wanted a see-through fireplace, which is a really cool detail that we got to incorporate, and kept this cast concrete design the same on both sides.
To keep things continuous in the space, we went with the same wood finish on both built-ins on each side, but we changed up little details like closed cabinetry versus open.
We have vertical paneling on the walls in the living room. The paneling continues on both sides and to all the other spaces. It's a much better flow. We wanted to tie that in some way in the kitchen, so you can see the refrigerator has a great detail on the front of it. The obvious answer when paneling a refrigerator is to match it exactly to the cabinets next to it. But here we decided to make the refrigerator a statement, and that's where we did the wood accent. And then that tied in with the band around the hood. Typically, you change up one thing in the kitchen to get a less matchy-matchy look. You'll change up the island color, or you'll change up the countertops. Well, in this kitchen, we did both, and I think that the result makes this kitchen very unique. We have mixed black and this great inky blue together, and they say you can't work with black and blue together, but I think it totally works here. The style of the island changed quite a bit. It now has more of a work table style where there's an open end on one side to display dishes.
In the kitchen, we were able to bring the cabinets all the way up to the ceiling and add glass in the upper space that really opened it up and made it feel bright. Our client really loves to entertain and has that beautiful wine room in her dining room, so we wanted to create a place where she could create drinks for her guests, which we put over by the fridge and oven.
There's a lot of back and forth on the lights. We finally settled on these really great glass and brass pendants. The lights really mixed it up in here because all of the other finishes are a satin nickel, and so that it was just a hint of brass without going overboard.
So before, the client used to have a door that went through the back end of her kitchen through to the dining room, and we felt like this really disrupted the cabinetry. We wanted things to flow, so we actually moved the doorway into the middle of the space so that you could really get through to every room and not have to walk through the kitchen.
If you haven't seen the first webisode of this project, go check it out and stay tuned because we have one more showcasing this remodel, and don't forget to subscribe.